Hi, my name is Rob Scott, and welcome to another big UC update at the UC Summit 2022. So today, I'm joined by Mayur Pitamber, who's a Director of Product Marketing at 8x8, and he's going to be sharing his perspective on the UC marketplace, what's hot and what's new at 8x8 in 2022. Welcome, Mayur.
Hi Rob, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. Great to see you, and thanks for taking time to talk to me today.
Absolutely.
I suppose, Mayo, a good place to start might be tell us a little bit about 8x8, who they are, what they do, before we jump into the main session.
Yeah, sure. So 8x8 is a global cloud communications provider. Our Experience Communications Service, or XCaaS, brings together customer experiences and employee experiences together with contact center, voice, video, chat, and APIs all on one cloud communications platform.
That's fantastic, and I know that lots of news about 8x8 recently. Lots of things happening. I'm sure we're going to come on to that. But in terms of the past year, tell me first of all, what's been dominating customer conversations?
Yeah, indeed. I think some of the most popular topics today that we've had is around the future of work and keeping employees productive. Most customers tell us that they're really optimistic about the future, but they're also at the same time they're pretty sure that ways of working won't go back to where it was. And a few months ago, we interviewed about 500 business decision makers across the UK and the US. And what we found was pretty amazing, right? 82% of those businesses said that they were planning to offer a hybrid work model. And that was, across all companies, regardless of size. And, there was a dramatic outcome as well, because only 7% of them had some form of working from home program pre-pandemic. So lots of 8x8 customers are now, they're either moving to hybrid and flexible working and then making that a permanent feature. And what they're finding is that employees are actually more productive. Previously where people were spending, let's say, an hour traveling into the office, and then perhaps another hour traveling back home in the car or on a train. Now those employees are saving nearly 2 hours of travel time, and they're spending that time in getting things done, and so that's leading to better productivity. And I think what that flexibility also means is that employees now have the ability to choose where they live and work and so forth. So they no longer need to live close to the office, and this opens up opportunities for especially employees who are caregivers or who have young families, or perhaps they prefer part-time roles. And as a result, what customers are saying is, this flexibility is enabling, it's actually having a positive effect on customer satisfaction, because they're finding that staff are more engaged, and they have access to the right communication tools as well as the information, and that's allowing them to help their customers in a much better way. So these are some of the trends that we're seeing around. It's centered around really enhancing employee experiences as well as customer experiences. In fact, those are the reasons why companies are investing in communication platforms where all of these communication channels, like your voice, your video, your chat, and your contact center, all integrated on a single platform. And if you think about it, I think that approach really makes sense, because it empowers employees with all of the communications tools that they need to deliver exceptional experiences.
Yeah, it certainly feels like it's been a eureka moment for a lot of organizations, shifting from the conventional phone system that's tethered to the desk, with an endpoint, as opposed to using cloud communications and UCaaS. It seems a huge shift, and I'm kind of almost pleased that we have taken that step in the right direction. So in terms of your portfolio, I mean, you've got quite a wide portfolio of products now in there. Tell me what's been popular with your customers in the past 12 months, and what's happening in the portfolio right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's two that really spring to mind. The first one is a product which we call 8x8 Voice for Microsoft Teams. So that's very descriptive product name there, right? But essentially, this is our direct routing integration with Microsoft Teams. And it's been one of our top performing products, right? And even Gartner mentioned that this is one of 8x8's key strengths, and then they called this out in the 2021 UCAS Magic Quadrant report because it delivers global telephony and Microsoft certified contact center functionalities directly into that team's workflow with no change into the to the team's user experience, and that's really critical for users. And it's been amazing, right? Over the last, say, 12 months, we've signed up over 100,000 users specifically just on this product, right? And that's across all businesses and organizations of all types, even including public sector organizations. And they love this advanced 8x8 calling and contact center capabilities, which gives that, which again, it's all accessible directly through Teams, and it's also allows them to conveniently use business messaging like your SMS and MMS and fax and voicemail and call recordings. And the best thing is, this service is completely transparent to the Teams user. Um, you know, uh, all of the calling and the contact center capabilities and the business messaging capabilities, all of these things that just appear as part of the native Teams interface. So that's the one product that's been really it's done really well for us over the last 12 months. Um, the other product I want to talk about is a new product that we launched, and that product is called 8x8 Front Desk, and this is a new 8x8 XCAS composed experience, and it's designed for high volume calling environments, right? And what this product does, it basically transforms the receptionist role by delivering tailored experiences and a tailored user interface by blending unified communications as well as contact center capabilities. So what you get, right, when you blend these two is a real powerful call queuing, call handling capability that not only enhances the receptionist productivity, but these folks, right, these users, they can then personalize engagements within a hybrid work environment. And if you compare this to traditional operator consoles or traditional switchboard solutions, where you had to add on additional hardware components or install a separate application, the difference with the front desk is it's all enabled within the 8x8 app, which is again part of the 8x8 XCAS platform, and it meets specific use cases, right? Like so this high volume call handling, that easily connects partners and vendors and customers with any employee within an organization at any time. And it addresses that, the changing need and changing requirements of these receptionists and these front desk staff, especially as, all of these folks shift to a hybrid workplace. And it also ensures that, every first customer contact is a great one because it eliminates all of these traditional restrictions that were previously associated with this role. And we're seeing, lots of interest in this new product, especially within like the healthcare sector, the enterprise sector, where you have these frontline workers that need to handle large volumes of calls. These are the two sort of products that we're seeing lots of interest in.
Yeah, and I can tell why. I mean, certainly Microsoft Teams huge right now, and customer engagement. I think that is just a top priority for a lot of organisations. And as a result of the pandemic, not everyone got that right either, did they? And now they've got to do that in a whole new hybrid world. So yeah, perfectly positioned for the year ahead. And talking about the year ahead, in terms of what's new and where your focus is going to lie this year, tell us more about kind of 8x8's vision for the year.
Yeah, I think this year, it's going to be a really great year. I think businesses will still continue to figure out how they can use communication tools for strategic advantage, especially with a hybrid work model, and whether that means better customer engagement or employee collaboration or even e-commerce capabilities. And what that means is that I think digital transformation is very closely intertwined with hybrid working, and that will continue to be a top agenda item for this year, because innovation is happening so quickly with all of these digital tools that are becoming really easy to use and less expensive. Just look at things like your automation and analytics and AI. All of these are becoming more accessible, and we're seeing companies exploring how they can benefit from each one of these things, right? And additionally, your collaboration and communication technologies, they're maturing all the time as well, right? And we'll see more advanced virtual assistants, including things like conversational interfaces. We'll see innovative SMS and text applications, AI-based monitoring tools. Plus, I think there's going to be companies out there that are going to find new and interesting and impactful ways to use 5G technology. And I think this is why digital transformation is going to be one of the biggest macro trends in 2022. Because businesses don't just want to thrive for this year, right? I think they want to be agile enough and succeed for the long term as well. I also think that moving off premise to the cloud, that will continue to be a transformation story for this year, right? Because if you look about it, if you look at that whole environment, there's still a large on-prem install base. Many companies, they're still operating in very traditional infrastructures. They often have to support industrial applications or financial services or manufacturing and so forth. And all of these folks, they're trying to determine how they can get, the benefits of cloud in a way that works for them as well as the end users. And for these companies, moving to the cloud will take place in stages. And I think as they become more comfortable about how they can maintain performance and availability and security levels, especially when they take on new cloud models, I think that's going to be something to watch as well. I think one last trend for this year, right? I think is going to be around personalization through composed experiences. I think this is going to be another ripe area for growth this year. Especially with more and more integrated services, and more plentiful APIs. Companies are looking for that real flexibility to provide employees with composed experiences, which means that they can license particular features or particular benefits according to a specific job function. For example, let's say IT support, or perhaps an inside sales agent, or they can even these capabilities can even be licensed by industry, like whether it's healthcare or financial services. So I'd expect the cloud communications industry to get really creative this year to deliver more of these composed experiences. So I think these are some of my thoughts of new things to come for this year.
That's great. Endless opportunities to improve communication experience.
Indeed, yeah.
And if anyone's looking for more information about 8x8, its products and these trends, do jump on their content hub at UC Summit. Lots on there to browse. So I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today, Mayur, but thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Rob. Great being on your show. Thank you very much.
And thanks to everyone for watching. If you've enjoyed today's update, there's lots more to explore at UC Summit this year. And don't forget to follow the big UC update hashtag on social. So I'm Rob Scott from UC Today. Thanks for watching.